We are going to show you how to make the rabbit using our rabbit and carrot template from the pattern. There are two different rabbits that you can make. We have Yaz, who has a brown felt body, and Carla, who has a white felt body. I would go ahead and cut out with paper scissors along the line, and both the rabbit and the carrot for that. When we cut out our first felt pieces, we just used the cut template and then we pinned it onto the felt using some pins, and I used some really good sharp scissors to go around. I usually do this step myself because it does take a little bit of maneuvering to go around these little corners and edges. First thing that you need after you've cut out your pieces is one of your rabbits, and you'll see in the instructions that on the template they're both sitting like this. You want to turn the back body piece over so that you're drawing the eyes and nose on the correct side. And for the brown felt, we use just a regular piece of chalk. This is like a chalkboard chalk. And on the template, you'll see some little suggestions for the eyes and the nose. And you're gonna cut your piece of thread for the eyes. I usually cut it about a arm length. And then you're going to thread your needle. The needle we like to use is a number 22 chenille that goes with this number 8 pearl cotton. And I have a little needle beetle here, which is a clever little needle threader that has a light that you stick in to your needle eye and then put your thread in. So do you want to show us how to do that? It's good motor practice. And pull it through. And then you pull it through with the needle threader, making sure that you don't pull it all the way out, and then you just give yourself a little tail. Good job. So once you do that, if you are an experienced knot threader, you can use the type of knot threading that you are good at. But if you're not, don't worry, just tie a knot at the end. You can even give yourself a lot of room because we've given ourselves a lot of thread. I would say go ahead with a number 22 and do a little knot 2 times around before you pull it through. And then you can always just snip off this little tail at the end. Okay, so once you have your needle threaded, you're going to want to take one of your template pieces and put the knot on the inside. And for a back stitch, you're just going to start forward 1 stitch, come up a little bit ahead of that stitch that you made, pull it through, and then meet where the end of your first stitch is, backwards for a back stitch. And then for this eye, it's not very long, so we're just going to do 3 stitches and we'll see how that looks. And then I'm gonna take my same thread and go ahead and make just 1 stitch for the nose, a long stitch. Ta-da! So now I have the eyes and nose ready. Find a place. Now I could do it a little bit closer here. I'm actually gonna bring it back this way just because we are sewing these bodies together and it's helpful to have a little bit of space away from where the knot isn't right next to the edge of the body. And then once that's done, we'll clip it and do the other side. We've done both of the little eyes and nose, and my daughter is getting ready the brown thread for us. So after you've done that, you're going to want to turn them with the wrong sides facing together. You're gonna stitch the body using a running stitch. So I like to use these little wonder clips. You're gonna be starting right behind the ears, kind of to the rabbit's back and going all the way around, and then we'll stop so that we can fill the rabbit with the stuffing, and then we'll finish it and close it. Make a knot first. So we're gonna start behind the ears and pull it in. So I'm just putting it on the front piece, and then I'm gonna just hide the little tail inside. And now for a running stitch, you want your stitch to be about the same distance or length as your gap in between, if that makes sense. Let these be free so that the bunny can move its ears. And we're gonna just be stitching over the top of the head to close the body. Then I'll leave a little bit of space for my stitch and go all the way around this way. Do you want to do it? Here. You can turn it over like my daughter is doing if that helps you, so that you can see when you're putting it in either side for your placement. And just take your time and enjoy it. My daughter finished the stitching all the way around, and you'll see we stopped right here towards the upper back, but leaving an opening so that at the end you can stuff the rabbit. And I like to put it in and then put some towards the face. You don't want to over stuff it, so I just take a little bit at a time. But you just want it to be full enough that it gives your rabbit a nice body. And then for the very last part, we're just gonna take the rest of our string, and you can also use your clips to help, especially like right here. I might just use one clip and kind of move it as I go. So you just continue your running stitch, closing up the rabbit. I've reached right where I first started the stitch and then where my daughter took over. Just make a simple knot, and if you want to, you can even kind of do it behind the ears. So I'll take my needle and put it through close to where it had come out, and just tie a little knot and pull. And then I'll do it one more time to make sure that it's nice and secure. So put it through, tie a little knot. To hide it, I'll just simply pull it through that way, and then I'll snip it off. I did want to show you one thing before I do that though. We made this little rabbit a little lop ear, and we did that actually at this step after we finished the back. Then I just folded the bunny, his ear over. So this would be Yaz if I wanted to make him a little lop ear. And then I took the thread. You can do the running stitch through this ear to tack it down, and then you would do the knot and hiding your thread in the same way. I want to show you now how to make the carrot. So you will cut out your template first using some paper scissors, and then using the carrot body, you'll cut out 2 pieces of orange felt, and then using the carrot top, you'll cut out 1 piece of green felt. Then you'll take some orange thread and thread your needle, have a little tail, and then I'm going to make a knot like that. And then for this carrot, you're gonna take the 2 body pieces and then put the carrot top in between. It will fit in the middle of that top of the carrot body, and then take the remaining carrot body and put it right on top. So it's like a little sandwich there at the top. Just want to make sure that the body is nicely lined up at the bottom. For this first part, start up here where the carrot top is by hiding my knot first. So I'll pull it through on the inside. I will stitch across towards the left side using a running stitch, and then follow the side of the body a little bit in. I'm going to go all the way down, and then when I get to the tip, I'm going to go back up this side, and I'll show you how we're going to finish it. And now I'm just meeting where I started my stitches. So I'm going to bring it through, and then I'm going to make a knot, just a simple knot. It's going to be small and kind of unnoticeable to the naked eye, but it's just right there. And then once I have that knot, I'm just going to pull the needle through that top body piece and hide the tail. There we go. I'll snip it carefully. There we go. And now we have our carrot piece for Yaz and Carla from the Penderwicks.